And we're live. Hello,
Yes, we are.
everyone.
That is MishChief, and this is
ONzo.
ONzo. No, this is Fecked.
Oh, yes. So, my name's MishChief, and this is ONzo. And this is actually the first episode of the This is Fecked podcast.
I mean, unofficially, we've already had one.
Yes. We had an idea back in 2019. I
That
believe.
name was prime. That was peak ONzo and MishChief.
Peak ONzo and MishChief, slightly
That was
younger.
like demon time. We were
Nice.
fiending.
No. It wasn't even demon because it was a madness. It was a madness.
It was demon hours, bro. Trust. It was fucked.
Yeah, so back in the day, we were still in college, and
Good days.
we had actually reconnected. Okay, and we thought, let's have a podcast together.
To that.
Cheers to our first official
Yeah.
and a second unofficial
Second
podcast
unofficial.
together.
The first one was kind of mid.
Ooh.
Now that you
Was it?
think about it, it was just us being edgy as fuck.
I don't think so. Are you being edgy?
I mean, I've calmed down a lot
Calm
since
down.
then. Like, I wouldn't be dropping that shit that I did in that first episode. Sort of.
It was also a different time.
It was a very different time.
Yeah. It was there were less rules in society.
I mean, less rules that we thought there were.
No, I think people weren't really getting cancelled per se for the things they were saying.
Fuck the cancel culture. Oh,
I'm here and there about it.
hot take.
No, it's not
Hot
even a hot
take.
take.
It's
I'm
a hot
honestly here and there about it.
It's
Okay.
just madness. Imagine just fucking assassinating someone. It's basically assassinating someone digitally.
See, the reason you make a fair point there, I just feel like we live in an era
Mm-hmm.
where we hear not just the good but also the bad about the world.
Even
Right?
the ugly. Even the ugly.
Even the ugly, absolutely. Even the ugly, especially the ugly. And whatever we do here, it tends to get amplified.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there's
That's
not as much good as there is bad.
Yeah, that's true.
When bad does get amplified, so to speak, it really explodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And thus, I can see where you're coming from, where you feel like, okay, cancellation is perhaps a larger step than we should take.
If you think about it, it's just the internet came about just connect everyone together.
Yeah.
Like, if you connect everyone together, you have to take into account that you're including everyone from every polarity. That's a given.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people have got too much power now, especially the big media houses. You can just fucking, you're not listening to us. Boom, fuck you.
I agree in a way, but I also feel like cancellation is the only thing we have until we actually figure out a better way of dealing with things.
There is no better way.
Then cancellation might be here to stay.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. I hope we don't get cancelled though.
Huh?
I hope we don't get cancelled.
Depends on, which person we happen to piss right off.
With the first episode, do you think we would have gotten cancelled instant if we went down that track?
I think with the people who sort of brought about cancelling, it really is a given that regardless of what you say, you can just, piss someone off, and that then actually gets you cancelled.
Yeah.
Like that's a
That's
reality of things. Like
Yeah, that's very true. If you remember that first podcast, had so many name bombs.
Yeah, name bombs. The other guy we had, he was really scared of the political things we said. And especially because of the climate we lived in at that point of time.
Yeah.
Obviously not talking about the weather here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we, like, coming back to where this sort of tangent began, we have grown out of it in ways. It's
The rabbit holes are still there.
rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Rabbit
I
holes.
remember, bitch.
No. Rabbit holes is the best callback to that time. So
100%.
yeah, just like our first episode here, the first episode then, we didn't have a topic in mind, and for good reason. However, because we didn't have like a particular lodestar or north star that we were supposedly following,
I'm just gonna interject. We're gonna milk the shit out of that for about 30 minutes. We could milk the shit out of that for 30 minutes.
absolutely, like,
And then get into what we're probably gonna be doing.
the amount of short form content we could build here is insane. But for every 30 seconds spent on that particular podcast, we probably had like 4 different things we discussed in that same like time frame. It was
Fucking
honestly
rabbit holes.
insane. Like, you couldn't even keep track of that shit if you had like a note and like a notepad and a pen in front of you. It
Oh,
was-
fuck that. You couldn't keep up if you had Adderall. Even Addy couldn't fucking.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Have you ever taken Adderall?
Nah.
No. Yeah.
There's only one drug that I've consumed.
Yeah. It's a good drug.
Yeah.
It's a good drug.
And then I consumed it, it was decriminalized.
Wait, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. So what if you're caught with in possession?
In possession with about, say, less than 10 grams, you're good.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's nice. How many grams do you buy?
I mean, that is sealed.
He's sealed.
That is
I
sealed.
can't talk about that on the air.
I'm in a country where it's illegal now. So.
So, are you talking about the UK or are you talking about here?
You good? Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
But where were we?
Rabbit holes.
Rabbit holes. Yeah. Explain what rabbit holes are.
Well, the last 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, yeah, rabbit hole. That is essentially what it is.
Yeah, what transpired in the last 2 minutes, but multiplied into 4
Yeah.
for every 30 seconds or minute.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as confusing because like we still remembered where we actually started from, and like the tangent started coming from, but like every subsequent part of the conversation just seemed even more fun.
Yeah, exactly. That is just I think that's probably one of the things that we probably are in check right now even.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But I think because this is our first podcast together, we should actually tell everyone watching how we met, under what circumstances did we meet, and
yeah,
how
that's a fun story.
How did that friendship really begin?
That is such a fun story. Did I add you on Facebook before I saw you at the police station? You remember
Yes.
the police station?
Yes. Yeah.
Had I added you then?
Yeah. 100%.
Probably then. 'Cause
Which year was that?
I was in school, so before 2015.
We were all in school.
You were in GI, so.
That was still school. That was still school.
That's sort of not considered school in India per se.
Yeah, I was
Because
like...
you just transition into junior college.
Yeah, that
Which is
junior
sort
high
of
school.
Yeah, which is high school essentially.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we were in school.
Yeah, we were in school.
And how it sort of came about was Facebook at that time was in that sort of phase where people were transitioning really quickly to Instagram, but they were still doing...
I think it was the time it was getting to its peak.
Yeah.
It was really picking off with everyone.
That is when you had like crazy groups like Kame House and whatnot still on. We don't associate with that anymore. Rest in peace though.
Rest in peace.
But
that was a safe haven.
Yeah. In some ways,
That
like
was such a...
normie people were still doing things like Ask FM. That was big on Facebook, I think. That was that time period. So I'm thinking 2016,
I think
17.
before that.
Before that, actually, yeah.
I think it was probably 2014. Yeah.
It was 2014. So we were essentially in the same school, just different sections, different grades, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And we were aware of each other's proximity.
That just breaks my heart.
Why?
Because you said proximity. I knew that you were a human that exists.
Yeah, and I knew you existed too. Like, we had common friends and shit, and these are people who, yeah,
Ooh.
that chick you dated.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Fuck that.
Anyway, so what was it? Yeah, so everyone was adding each other, people transitioning slowly, people still having fun, and people still shared memes on their main profile on Facebook then.
That was like probably the first, like the first contact. I think memes was
the
thing that brought us together proper.
Memes was like 100% the bridge which sort of like connected.
Yeah, when did you go to Worcester?
I went to Worcester that was 2015.
It was 2015?
Yeah.
We started talking afterwards. Like the first time we saw each other, we shared memes.
Yeah.
And then you randomly video called me, I think, yeah?
Yes. So, no, but we're skipping ahead in the story.
Right.
Yeah. So, we used to share memes. Mind you, we had never had a conversation in real life before.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
did we speak at the police station?
Yeah. We spoke at the police station because I was going to get my US visa from there. That's where I met this guy.
Yeah, just another guy you met at the embassy.
And I did not, I didn't actually recognize you. I didn't recognize you.
Have you been lying to me this whole time? You've been lying to me that you knew me since then. You didn't recognize me.
I knew you from Facebook, so that really is like the bare truth.
That's become like a boomer thing to say,
Yeah, but okay, imagine how many people in your generation you've actually met from Facebook. Okay, I'm the boomer in this example.
I mean, not really.
I met him on Facebook and we met at the police station for the first time.
Yeah.
We awkwardly shared a lot of words. I probably laughed and then we parted ways.
Yeah.
And then, we shared memes. As ONzo said, I video called him once. Yeah. I video called you in 2018.
17, I think.
2018.
Okay.
I video called you it was 2017 at the end because I was writing my baby thesis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to stay up late at nights because I had a really bad work ethic.
Work ethic. Yeah. Still got him. Still fucking got him. Got here late.
And I video called him because I saw he was online and we just chatted, honestly. We were online and we kept sharing memes, laughing about shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what we did.
I think that was probably one of the major things that carried it out even afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just video calls, memes. Exactly, coming back, just memes, bro.
But can you imagine the time we lived in? If someone you barely knew called you, would you pick up the video call? Nah. Nah.
But I still did.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Memes.
Memes.
Just for memes. Good times. Honestly,
good times, yeah.
I think humor, love is the best sort of human connection that you can, bond with someone.
It was less even about humor. I think it was by that point of time where, at least for us, we had started distinguishing between normies and us.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true. That's very true.
like what was bare bones edgy was sort of our bread and butter. Like that's something we felt very proud of that we enjoyed.
As I said, edgy.
Edgy, yeah. And if like someone else saw it, they'd probably cringe. And cringe wasn't a word at that point in time.
Exactly. So now that we talk about it, it just takes me back, Like it was still polarized then, but there was no cancel culture.
There was no cancel culture.
There was no cancel culture. So it's only natural if more fucked up things happen on the internet right now.
It is natural, that's true. But again, I think we were still better off in ways where we
definitely.
we didn't get like what's the word?
Extreme.
Radicalized.
Radicalized.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like there was like a huge chunk of people who just like got radicalized, started doing like some really whack shit. And then
that's very true.
Society's like, nah. Hey yo, you have to stop.
Hey yo, cut that shit out.
Nah, not gonna happen. But yeah, but we were going to meet a second time. And this is when Peaky Blinders was once again very famous.
That is the best show. That is probably top one show for me. Top one all time. Easy. Easy.
Yeah. And we had not talked about the show. Like, we hadn't bonded over the show then.
No.
But Peaky Blinders was doing this thing in 2018. I remember it was the summer where they were asking all the viewers to essentially throw in like an audition script. Like, not like an audition interview types, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, but I needed the right clothes, the sort of right things to wear.
Yeah.
This man had a really nice peacoat, a blue one, which I gave back.
Yeah, but that is just basically how much I love Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
I've dressed up as a Peaky Blinder 3 times. 3 Halloweens, yeah.
No, 3 Halloweens is a big time. I don't think, like, even now, like, there's entire groups of guys I've seen around Halloween, whether that be in the US or the UK, who
that's true.
Religiously dress up like the Peaky Blinders.
Wait, how did you audition?
Huh?
Do you have that clip saved?
Probably do.
So you gotta pull that shit off sometime.
It's in such bad lighting.
You didn't have me directing it though.
I still remember the girl I was tapping.
So good times?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Fell out.
Better than none.
Better than none.
None times.
None times. But the thing was, me and ONzo were destined to meet even after that, because when I had once borrowed it, I left back for the US.
Such a bitch. I swear to God, bro. You still haven't given me my PS4 controller.
Yeah, once my friend was in town, another friend from like Vizag, and he and I wanted to play some COD. I think it was like Black Ops 3. There was a multiplayer. Zombies, yeah. And I borrowed this dude's controller. I never gave it back.
Never forget it.
Yeah, it was
I think that was 2019.
No, that was I borrowed a controller in 2017, borrowed a coat and hat in 2018, returned the hat and coat in 2021.
21?
21, last year.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Never returned the controller.
Never forget it, man. If we sort of have people watching us so willing to give their money,
yes.
Do not donate, do not do any of that. Go fund me, PS5 for me.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 Patreon links in. One for this,
I think,
and one for only this.
I think there's There should be an Indian version of Patreon. That is
Why?
like a cringy name.
Bro, it's gonna sound like a fucking transformer. Hindu transformer.
That'd be hilarious. I wouldn't even be surprised.
Honestly, though. I mean, Patreon, I mean, it's nice. Never really used it. I have no input on this matter. I honestly don't. Well, like, what do you people do? Like, you pay money to someone for like a monthly subscription, you get like free goodies on their channel.
Patreon? I think Patreon's got like different things in it. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you've got the normal donation, like with nothing else. Or you've got tiers of membership. I think. I'm not sure if it's on Patreon or just different streaming platforms.
Yeah, I think like I know some channels, like for example, do like an early access thing
Yeah.
for the videos.
Yeah, that's on YouTube, yeah.
I don't think I've ever loved like a creator so much that I'd give them my money.
PewDiePie.
Would
The
you give
only
him your
person.
money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 1 year, 6 months, right?
You've given him money?
Yeah.
What?
Tier 3. Yeah, bro.
How much was that?
I think it was like 700 a month. £7.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad.
And you know about 70% of it is going to charity. So, yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I think they had like a poll where they choose what charity in the Discord.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, imagine you're so rich that like even like all the donations get like, yep, good causes. Here you go.
It was like $700.
That's mad. No. I'm saying that like from his point of view.
Yeah. He's got.
Yeah, from Felix's point of view.
He's got everything he needs. He's just chilling. He's just doing. Even his content right now. He's just surfing, bro. He's driving around in Japan, chilling with.
He's living in Japan now.
Yeah. He moved to Japan, I think, this year sometime.
Good for him, man.
Yeah. I think that's like a good into the sunset. But not really, because he's still gonna be around. Because he's gonna be here till he loves making videos, until he stops loving making videos.
Yeah, I think like videos was always the medium, but it was more so him just like, I think more so than like any content creator I know, he genuinely enjoyed talking to the people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like engaging with his audience in whatever way he could. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, he's got like 111, 12 million followers, subscribers.
100%. I think around that mark.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast overtook him.
Yeah. We can't talk to all of them, but like, you go back to his older videos when he just like, bro fist you.
Yeah. I think that was probably the best.
That meant something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can remember myself in 2011, just kid me, watching YouTube in bed and looking at PewDiePie like late night before I go off the bed. Bro fist. To the screen. I did that once. Not even lying.
That's honestly sweet though.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
That is probably the top YouTuber for me, regardless of whoever comes up.
That's fair.
Because he's just doing his thing, bro. He's just living life.
Yeah, I think that's a big lesson for like, I mean, I didn't learn it from him specifically. I think I learned it from like many other people across, is that sort of do what you love, do it enough, you get recognition for it, and then you realize that you just didn't start living life on your own terms because you already have been.
Yeah.
And that's like a very sweet sentiment. I think that's something I also want for my life. Exactly. I sort of do these things which I know that I'm decent at, perhaps better than other people. I do it frequently, I do it often, not just say build a following, but actually like do it genuinely out of the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
And yeah, like really realize at the end, oh wow, it really was about the journey, the baby steps along the way.
Exactly. That's, I think, one thing that I've realized as well. Like, once you just get into a flow and not think about
Hmm.
the larger picture, where you just, you're headed towards the larger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good mindset, that's it.
Yeah. I think, at least from PewDiePie's perspective, the only time like he really started engaging with the outside world was the whole T series conflict,
Yeah,
2017
100%.
18. That was mad.
That was bad.
Like he still came out on top in whatever way.
100%.
But I think the lesson to be learned here is that don't treat it like a numbers game. It isn't a sales pitch or a sales call.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you start putting in numbers, that's when like things get ugly both inside and outside.
Eh,
Uh,
eh.
yeah, I mean, you can obviously like talk about like what your personal beliefs are.
Yeah, personally,
Yeah.
like, for me, like I told you, like, an hour ago, like, just got it hammered down.
Yeah.
My goal is just numbers.
Hmm.
So that's kind of fun.
But like, what if you don't enjoy the process?
I think because I want it so much,
Hmm.
I know I'm gonna love the process because I know I'm gonna be getting closer to it. Like what you said, right?
But for example, I read this book. Was that really like trendy financial book in the last 3 years? Um, the one with the brain on it.
Psychology of money.
Psychology of yeah.
Psychology of money.
Psychology of money, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the dude who wrote it, but one of the biggest lessons in that book was that, like, you need to define what the end goal is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was recently reading it as well.
Hmm.
I came across that chapter. I was like, makes sense.
So, at least in this regard, like, what's your end goal?
Billionaire.
Billionaire.
That is my end goal.
So, every red cent after a billion, whether that be rupees or dollars, what will you do with that?
A billion fucking pounds. Yeah, fucking.
No, what will you do after that though? Like for every like subsequent cent or every subsequent like
Bro,
rupee that comes into
I'm
you.
I'm gonna put that money wherever I feel like I'm gonna enjoy life a little bit better. Because I've got that kind of fuck you money. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically facilitating that thing.
Can't like I feel like you define $1 billion as fuck you money, right?
Yeah.
So for the things that you sort of do fancy in life, you think that could be done with lesser amounts of money?
Not at the scale that I want to.
Okay. What are we exactly talking about here?
So it could be anything. Like you know my passion for filmmaking. So that's one of the end goals is after I make $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just open up a big production house. Just fucking make movies.
Mm-hmm.
Make movies that have an impact,
Are you talking short movies or like full length features?
Full length features.
Or some Tarantino style?
A little bit of everything. Like I told you, whatever is fun for me at that time, I'm just gonna fucking do it.
What else?
Everything, bro. Like the I think the penultimate thing, as I told you before as well, is buying land in Himachal, making like an educational institute, have like a fucking amazing telescope, and then just research.
Why the telescope in the middle of all this weed?
Because I love space.
Or you want in the middle of the weed?
No, in the middle, on top of the hill.
Yeah, but like it's surrounded by everything though.
Yeah.
Okay. Nowhere else. You want the telescope right there.
I was thinking about it as well. So it's gonna be a mountain that's dedicated. Fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
That's nice. I could get behind that, yeah.
That's why I need $1 billion.
Are you gonna have your own Hubble telescope?
If I can make something better than that.
That's cool.
What is it for you, David? What is the benchmark?
Um, I think, I mean, I know this for a fact that the most important thing for me in life is my family.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever money that I can get,
Yeah.
it's it's the money that essentially lets me spend as much time as I can with my family.
That's
Obviously,
fair enough.
yeah, I think materialistically, there's not much that I want.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, I travel by flights quite often. I have to keep traveling here and there, but traveling by business class every time would be pretty cool.
Fucking economy slave. Can you say slave anymore?
Yeah, you can. It
It's a word, right?
depends on the context.
No,
Everything
you're
is
just poking me.
contextual.
No, you're just
Yeah,
poking the
everything's
bear.
contextual.
You're just poking the bear right now, man.
But yeah, I think whatever helps me spend as much time as I can. I think luxury wise, there's like a couple of things I want. I want the Kawasaki bike that Tom Cruise had in Top Gun. That's the one thing I want.
Yeah,
I want a
that's a good.
hot pink Tesla
Yeah, you
Roadster.
told me about this.
Yeah, that one thing I want. Um, I want to live in the same house, honestly. I don't. I love this place. I don't want to change
This
this.
so the first episode probably gonna be a recurring thing
Yeah,
for a while.
definitely. Until like we can find like a more permanent like base of operations.
Yeah, this is Mischief's house.
Mischief.
This is the den of the chief.
This is where all the mischief is managed.
Oh my god. I mean, respect.
Respect.
Yeah. That is probably the only Discord channel that I've abused. Like, abused, literally, both meanings.
Yeah. Yeah, every now and then I'll get like a notification on Discord and it's probably this guy calling me out on some shit.
Just abusing the fuck out of me. Fat piece of shit. I mean, I've gone pretty fucked.
Nah, it's okay. But other things that I would want, I'd want to give, for my younger family members, the best education that they could have.
Mm-hmm.
Give my parents the retirement that they can afford now, but they just don't want it right now. But like to really like let them live the rest of their lives in as much comfort as they can.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
Yeah.
a pretty good benchmark.
Yeah, I think like for me, like that's about it. Like that's it.
It's just like, satisfaction is so relative to everyone.
Yeah, it really is. Like the less I could do with the outside world, the happier I'd be.
I think I've got like two sides.
Hmm.
Like, there's two possible outcomes. Either I don't make $1 billion and then I just say, fuck you, go live in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Away from everything.
You're still going to live in the hills, regardless of the $1 billion.
Yeah, that is a common.
Yeah.
But I won't have a mountain that says, fuck you. That's the only difference. I think hills is the place that I'm eventually gonna, settle down in.
What age do you want all of this by?
I'm thinking the mountain should be 40, 45.
Okay. What about the satellite?
Satellite? 40, 45.
Okay. Okay. The entire package by 40, 45. Yeah. What about the $1 billion?
I gotta be realistic as well. So, my thing right now is about 38, 40. But it's gonna take a lot of fucking efforts if I want to get there.
That's fair. I mean,
yeah, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to grind it out. Yeah, let's see. I think this is one sort of, manifestation. This is like, I want to reach there. Yeah. Just me speaking it out to the world. Yeah. I'm a burger.
I think in some ways, like when I sort of talk about like my dreams of having like the most comfort, I conflate it a little bit because it really means things like, okay, I want to go somewhere, I would need like my own personal helicopter because I hate the traffic.
Yeah, bro. You're living in Bombay. You gotta hate the traffic.
I think I hate the traffic anywhere in the world. I
I've
think
spent 3 hours traveling today from here till Bandra, which is about 25 kilometers.
Jesus fuck. It took me 3 hours.
You know,
to reach.
if you travel at 30 kilometers an hour in a car, in an hour you should be there.
Yeah.
It still took me 1.5 hours.
1.5 hours. What do you do in Bandra though?
Yeah, I was just talking at a coffee shop. I was working on the clothing thing. Probably talk about it a bit later on. But yeah, I met Prince. It was a fun time.
Not the singer, he's a friend of ours.
Yeah. He's a jeweler. Is it?
He's
Jeweler? Jeweler?
He's a jeweler, yes.
Yeah, he's a jeweler.
I'm like, why is this dude just calling someone a Jew? No.
I think as I said it, Kanye got a little bit of a boner.
No, dude, honestly though.
And he's a genius, but he's just suffering from consequences.
You think Kanye was happy getting cucked by Pete Davidson?
If you think about it, as a man, I think anyone would not enjoy that.
Some dudes are really into that shit.
What?
Have you ever
Some
been to
dudes?
Reddit?
I have, not extensively, I think.
Reddit has these interesting people that I'm talking about. But yeah, some people like really do want their wives to be done by partners, to be done by someone else, and they
Jesus.
sort of, record.
I don't think I could ever imagine that thing happening. But
I
it is
think
what it is.
Kanye didn't enjoy it because at least what I know is that he went to some like other rapper friend of his, and he's like, "What do you think? I'm happy?
Yeah,
White boy with a 10-inch dick has his dick in my wife."
Exactly.
I'm like, bro,
Bro,
gotta feel for him.
It's a bit weird.
But like, okay, so why do you call Kanye a genius though? I've heard that from many people, and no one's been able to justify it to me.
Okay, so what Kanye did was he, started off as a DJ, a producer, right?
Right.
Started making beats.
Yeah.
And he was like that guy who's, gonna be saying shit all the time. I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna be a... Basically, what I'm doing is just saying, I'm gonna be a billionaire, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And he did that. He said it and he did it.
Did
there's so many videos of him just being in the booth with, different rap artists. And he was not known at the time. He was known, he wasn't recognized.
Okay.
That happened, and there's just these top artists listening to his beats. He's just like, can I play you something? Puts that thing on, and they're vibing. They're starting to rap. And at a certain point, I think he also started writing his raps and rapping on the beats he made.
So wait, he only made beats before?
Yeah, he was a producer before. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he started rapping, dropped his first album, got a Grammy.
On his first album?
Yeah. The College Graduate, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. I might be wrong, you gotta fact
Which
check
year
that,
was
but it
it?
was something like that.
No, I mean, I know he's won Grammys. I didn't like it. Might
I
be
think
his
that
first
was
one.
2008, 9, something like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And after that, he went on to do so much other shit.
So did he do all the things that he said he would?
Yeah.
So like he said, like one day, for example, that he's gonna have his own shoe brand. So Yeezys.
I did think he said that out, but he said that, I'm gonna have an effect on the industry, which he certainly has.
That he has.
I'm gonna shake everything up.
His shoes are like a singular part of a singular like strong pillar of the whole like hype community.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's a prime example of a creative genius. More than any other sort of genius that exists.
Now I'm definitely gonna like do a bit more research on like
watch his documentary.
Yeah, what makes Kanye or Ye a genius? Yeah.
His documentary is literally called Genius, like JAENYUHS.
YJEN. That's
Never
genius.
really looked
I
into
can't
it.
understand that.
I did understand it at first when I saw it pop up.
Like genius.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, this is Kanye just doing Kanye shit.
Fuck.
And then I watched it and then I found out more about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's a certain appeal definitely to like just doing your thing.
Yeah, and imagine he's just getting sort of cancelled.
What did he say?
Not exactly sure even, but he just I think made multiple comments about Jews.
So you mean multiple comments about a friend Prince? And his people?
Yeah, that is a rabbit hole. Yeah, but yeah, I met Prince today. That was fun. I was at a coffee shop in Bandra. I just had a coffee.
Did he start smoking?
No.
Okay, I saw a box there. Must have been yours. Okay, makes sense.
Bro.
Like, why is Prince smoking, man?
Yeah. But no, it was a good day, except for the 3-hour drive. That was not ideal. I worked a bit on my brand.
See, I would have used an Uber.
It's still the same thing. It's still the same time, but you're just putting in some more effort.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to drive, man.
To be honest, you don't really know how to drive.
I know how to drive.
I disagree.
refuse to drive. Difference.
I disagree.
You want to drive from here to the station? I'll drive.
After we do this, maybe. I'll drive.
No, but I think, at least for me, why I don't drive is
because
people,
you have
man.
a vagina.
Nah, it's the people, man.
Definitely.
So, like, for example, I've worked in sales jobs before, and fortunately for me, these were sales jobs which are conducted entirely over a phone call, right? So it's less about like managing their emotions, more so about helping them understand what their options are, making suggestions, maybe something they bite on. If not, there's more people. With driving, like the difference between driving and a sales call is that in driving, number one, you can die. Number two, you can die solely based on another person's temperament. I don't like that.
To be honest,
like you need eyes at the back of your head to like drive safely.
I hate that. Like throughout the drive, like I think after the lockdown, people, when it comes to their driving skills, they just dipped. Like it was sort of effortless.
They've always been bad.
They've always been bad, but they're worse now. Really? Yeah. At least that's one thing that I observed. Me getting to the accident as well, that wasn't my fault.
I mean, that's all these two-wheelers anyways. Just rabid junkies on the road. But yeah, girls and boys, don't drive. Uber that shit.
I don't even know where we started this tangent off from.
This one first began with cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
No, that was the first one.
Kanye.
What was before Kanye? You doing your thing.
What thing?
Like we were talking about like our goals, what we want to do.
Yeah.
Before that was PewDiePie.
Jesus fuck. We're already 44 minutes into this.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
That's
sick. This is nice.
We milked the fuck out of it. But I guess that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Even after we met, like I don't think I have this sort of connect with anyone that, a conversation can be this seamless,
Yeah.
I think probably that's the reason why we're doing this podcast, because even though we go down rabbit holes, I think that conversation is enjoyable to both of us.
Yeah, I think when you think about it, right, like, you know how everyone has a social battery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Social battery is sort of when, you talk to people, you talk to many people, you get tired, you want to go home, just have time by yourself.
I don't really have a good social battery yet.
Yeah. Neither do I.
Yeah.
But like with certain people,
Yeah, it's limitless.
I don't need that recharge afterwards, right? Yeah, I feel that with you.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like have a podcast with someone who you don't have to recharge your social battery with.
100%.
You know, it really is that. Like, at some people, you have to force conversations. You sort of have to do things like, you know, keep their emotions in check, see how they're gonna respond, how they're gonna feel,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, and then respond accordingly. Like, thinking should not be thinking. Thinking should be effortless.
Yeah, it should just be anything and everything that's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Maybe, you know, just forming your train of thought, but nothing apart from that.
Exactly.
Even having brainless conversations with you, bro,
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
Dude, half the conversation we had in life have been brainless.
Yeah. So many.
So many.
Yeah, that is gonna be this podcast.
Oh yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, that's how we met. No, I think we started talking after you came back from Worcester. Proper, like just chilling out and shit.
No, it was right before my last semester at Worcester. So that was summer of 2019.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. Summer 2019.
Gee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer 2019 we started talking properly.
Yeah.
And I think a big reason obviously behind like I think before like we really conclude the first episode, one of the things I do want to talk about is our inspirations, especially when it comes to things like YouTube, content creation,
100%.
so you're sort of putting ourselves out there in the physical and digital world.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Right?
Yeah.
Since it's our first podcast, we gotta sort of pay homage.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Exactly.
Paying homage. Yeah. There's so many. I think one top.
I don't know.
What's coming?
There's one top one, bro.
That's gotta be Filthy Frank. Right?
Filthy Frank, bro.
Filthy Frank. Yeah.
You know the guy called Joji, whose music you listen to when you're sad? He was a different person before. We knew him then.
Look up Filthy Frank. And if you watch through all of those videos, look at those dates, and then you look at him right now, you're gonna see the proper trajectory of what sort of a man, you know, George is.
George is, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know how we briefly described, you know, us being edgy and shit?
Exactly.
He is why.
Yeah.
We were that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, some information about Joji. He invented Harlem Shake. Yeah. First video ever on the platform YouTube. It was him.
I don't think so.
He posted from his channel Disaster Music.
Alright.
It was him. 2010.
Gotta fact check that, but
I am not kidding. I have seen this with
okay.
my own eyes.
Alright.
Bro.
But fuck that fact. Him. Yeah.
Him.
That was like, you know, he was doing content that was so out there. And I think at the time that we sort of had the first idea, we wanted to break through that, you know, be out there. And be out there explicitly.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the top inspiration.
100%. And like, okay, so like I've thought about this particular topic quite a bit. Like, you know, understanding, you know, why I like someone, why I look up to someone, why I'm inspired by someone. And with Joji was, his work, like, specifically tapped into something really primal, at least in me.
100%.
You know how you're a kid and you have like a retarded brain?
Yeah.
Your retarded brain like doesn't even want to do like things. It just wants to like make noises.
Yeah.
That's Joji. He made noises.
And now he's making music.
He's making music now. The thing is, he's evolved.
He's evolved. Yeah.
But he showed us like his work resonated with, at least with me, as to who I was.
Mm-hmm.
and I want to evolve like he did.
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
that's the one thing for the both of us as well. That he just started doing shit that he enjoyed doing. I think that's I think for me as well, when it comes to content creation, that's him and PewDiePie as well, with that same aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's only Filthy Frank for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fair.
He tapped into me in like this very like,
Yeah.
intimate way.
Yeah.
Like it's high-key sexual, but like in a really platonic way,
High-key sexual.
Bro. Like he
Yeah, exactly.
made me feel like I could fly.
If you could touch the sky.
I think about it every night and day. Because that's the thing with him. Like, Filthy Frank for me is here. Every content creator. Like, it's not even a comparison for me.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think one of the other ones, one of the top ones, has to be Misfits to a certain level as well.
Oh, that's so true. I was going to bring them up, but like, yeah, the Misfits are like the Joji of the new generation.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, think about this. They are geographically the furthest away that they can be.
Yeah,
They are so far removed when it comes to the type of things they create and do.
that's very true.
And that's exactly what symbolized Joji. Like back in the day.
100%.
Like, so, they're not polar opposites, like, how the spectrum always meets.
They're still playing in the same ballpark, I think.
Exactly.
When it comes to the sort of content that they want to put out, they're just doing what seems fun to them. One of their most iconic videos for me is the one where they made that car. That was so good.
Bro.
It was so good.
For me, it was the $500,000 party.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Do you remember the bit when he brings out the bag of joints?
Yeah.
And manager Ryan just gives them out.
Bro.
Oh, that's amazing. And they started off with a podcast as well.
The Misfits podcast.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers used to play CSGO, bro.
I used to play CSGO. One more thing, MishChief and ONzo are not our real names. They're gaming nicks, right?
Yeah. There are IGNs.
IGNs.
In-game names.
There are our virgin names.
But like, think about like an IGN is like such a personal thing, it's not like...
That's very true.
Like, it's an extension of you.
It most definitely is.
Like, I've always asked you, what does ONzo mean? And you're like... Nothing.
It means nothing. It's just a name that I gave myself.
Yeah. It's your second persona.
Yeah. There's Ritesh and there's ONzo.
For me, there's just MishChief at this point.
Well, it's like ONzo is me just constantly on demon time.
Yeah.
It's just demonized 24/7, 365.
It's just like for MishChief for me, just like being brain dead. Because I don't know, like growing up as like a kid, I thought life was really confusing. So
that could be taken out of context so much.
So I don't know.
Did you get touched?
No, I said and did things which like I was like okay.
I know.
And then no, people were like mean to me about it.
I mean, yeah.
I grew up like really lonely in some way. So like when something like MishChief came about, like that's me. I'm just brain dead.
Sure. I can second that. MishChief is just him without any brain. And I can't believe we're doing this podcast under those names.
MishChief and ONzo.
Yeah. It's good. 2011, me never knew that ONzo would become. Yeah.
I didn't know what IGNs were till like 2020.
Exactly.
Came with MishChief that year.
Boomer. MishChief was the name you used for your streaming as well, right?
No, I was playing under like the Ayush Mishra thing.
The Ayush Mishra.
Yeah, and MishChief it is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I think a large part of it really is from like the fact that most of my friends call me Mish.
That's true.
Like Mish, like obviously in the name, but also in like reality has preceded MishChief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
How
fair.
the
Mish.
MishChief came along, I think it really is like my main characteristic in life. You know how like
Brain dead.
if your protagonist could have like one main form of energy,
It's retard energy.
yeah, mine would be the brain dead.
Brain dead. Yeah, that's fair, bro. At least
Chaos.
chaos.
Chaos, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Chaos.
But yeah, where did we begin this from?
Yeah. No, this is just like us describing
Gaming next year.
no people like paying homage to like the
Yeah.
people who are the reason behind us being here today.
Mm-hmm. It was two of those guys. I think these were the primary
Yeah.
influences.
I think in some ways like someone like iDubbbz also like was there.
100%.
Yeah.
iDubbbz.
And like
iDubbbz.
Ian hasn't given a shit since forever.
Oh, he started his own boxing promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was pretty nice. He got in shape.
Yeah.
Did you look at him?
Yeah, so
Ooh, beefy boy.
beefy boy.
Yeah. As simple as that.
Some of the music I still listen to this day
Mm-hmm.
are the
Diss
diss tracks from
Yeah.
like 2017, 18.
Those were golden. That was even Sideman.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Sidemen ones are like ass. I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
Sidemen are ass now.
I mean,
But at least-
primarily KSI, I think, for me,
Yeah.
when it comes to diss tracks.
Yeah, I think they're not even ass. They're just like, you know, it's like the Mr. Beast thing. They're like, they do it for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Thing I think PewDiePie has done is that he's still for everyone, but also for like a very specific part of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
For Joji was just,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whoever's retarded as hell needs a bit of understanding in life. Come to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sidemen aren't ass, but they're just doing their thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to take a break or just continue on?
Yeah, we could take a break. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could put a stop here, honestly, and just record the outro afterwards.
Nah, I think let's just take a break, do another. You know, we can come back with like proper pointers too
Sure.
that we want to put out.
That works.
Stay tuned for that.
All right, be back in a few. Let's get it. And we're back from a break.
We are back from a break. And
How long was the break?
What is the time?
It was an hour long.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, it's okay.
But yeah, and also sad news. We got 25 minutes worth of video.
Yeah, video footage.
But
Why? Because ONzo's camera's ass.
also, so just expect like a random picture of a frog for 25 minutes. And then our faces.
We're gonna make that the thumbnail.
Yeah. We're gonna include like a thing in the back. You know, skip.
Yeah, there's a Facebook group we follow which says the frog is taking the situation surprisingly well.
Exactly. Exactly.
And let's hope the thumbnail's enough to
Yeah.
But one of the things that we sort of decided in this intermission
Mm-hmm.
was to tell you the sort of things that we would also be doing coming in the future. So I want to let ONzo begin this particular segment.
I mean, we're probably gonna be recording every weekend, so you could expect us every Wednesday.
Every Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah.
But we don't give a fuck. Wednesday would be tentative, but every weekend, come in, talk about shit. As what would you think that those rabbit holes were? Because I think they're probably gonna be like recurring themes.
Yeah.
Get me mixed up with a a lot of things as well, but yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of case with like a lot of best friends is that you sort of do discuss like similar things over and over
Yeah.
again. But the thing is that you always add layers on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I'm definitely interested,
Do you
excited about.
remember, like, we talked about something related to an onion and layers? I'm just getting a flashback.
Yeah, that was the first one. Fucking disaster.
Jesus.
Onion layers, rabbit's holes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But do tell like everyone also at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. What are the sort of other things you're also looking for in like your own channel on things like the other things you want to do, just content creation wise?
I mean, to be honest, what I'm probably gonna be doing is starting a medium, blogging. That's what I'm planning to do, and podcast.
Why blogging?
Because it sort of like gives me a platform where people can reach out, tell me if I'm doing wrong. No, not wrong, as in you're just making a mistake in this research. So I just wanna do random, short studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are these going to be based on?
Different things.
Different things.
Philosophy is gonna be one of them. I just wanna
Philosophize.
philosophy. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I told you this as well.
No,
Yeah.
this is actually new to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna start writing.
Nice. I think in daily you have writing habits good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else? That
Yeah, but I do wanna stream maybe.
What do you want to stream?
Whatever I can, whatever I'm in the mood for. Probably
Mm.
Valorant.
Probably Valor.
Probably Valorant.
Pushing ranks or just like having fun?
Having fun.
Having fun.
Valorant is fun for me. I left that thing. No, fuck that.
No, okay. For me, there's a couple of things that I do want to do. I did have like a brief Twitch career before this. It was alright.
It was good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Stuck to it.
mostly playing games I could like really talk over. So it wasn't like necessarily all action based. I really wasn't into FPS. FPS games back in the
I was
day.
at a fucking FPS baby.
Yeah.
But Uncharted, shout out. Uncharted. PS3 is where I started.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to start the same sort of Twitch channel, but under the new MishChief banner instead of the Ayush Mishra, which is what it was under. However, I want to start the same thing on my YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ayush Mishra, I think I'm going to sort of delegate for my most serious thing. So, at least not serious in some ways, but maybe things such as my lifestyle blog, because I want to actually start vlogging about some particular things. I do have some ideas in mind. They're exciting to me. I hope they can be fun for you too. But that is also going to serve as my home for my second podcast, which will shortly be coming up, which probably has the most exciting and creative name that I've actually come for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling it right now.
Why not?
No.
After the podcast.
Yeah, after second, third episode maybe. That's when I'll set it up by.
Nice.
I do want my MishChief channel where I do want to focus on games, really. On Valorant
just
quite
one
a lot.
question. What are you thinking for your podcast? Or what sort of?
Oh, so the base idea really is that I grew up around very interesting people,
Mm-hmm.
people who otherwise don't have a platform as such.
Right.
And I owe a lot of who I am to them
Right.
in more ways than one. And I simply want their stories to be told.
Fair enough.
Whether
I
they
could get behind that.
want that or not, so I'm going to hold it against them. Really, going to put a bullet to the head and make them speak on the podcast.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that's something I do want.
If you ever have guests on,
yeah, that one is purely guest based. This one is like really me and ONzo sort of doing our thing.
We got a AK over there. Just get someone else.
Yeah. But yeah, on Mischief, I really want to focus on games. Valorant is going to be huge fun. One of my goals in life is to be the world's best chambermaid. It's part of my Instagram handle
Stop
even
the
now.
Valo grind, bro.
No, it's not Valo grind. I'm really just having fun.
Chamber.
I'm just having fun. I really don't care about ranks. But if I could
Yeah.
perhaps turn that
Yeah.
into like a thing where I become a content creator for like one of my favorite teams.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a content creator for someone like Fnatic, for example, or someone,
Boaster.
yeah, Boaster baby.
Boaster.
Maybe someone like even, I mean, Scream's not around, but maybe someone like that for like Team Liquid. I know they have
Yeah.
Average Jonas, but I'd love to join those ranks. But yeah, just a lot of hilarious shit, but more game based, and then the other more serious but fun but light life stuff. But that's what I sort of have planned, and that's gonna be us for the near
That's
future.
exciting, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that does come around, we'll be posting that on the podcast and obviously all of our socials. And otherwise, you can find everything else on this video. Do hit like and subscribe if you really feel like doing. And otherwise, this is the end of the first episode of This is
Fecked.
This is Fecked.
Jesus.
This is Fecked and this is us. My name is MishChief and this is
Billy ONzo.
This is Billy ONzo.
Yeah. That's gonna keep changing.
Yeah,
every
it
episode.
depends on his mood. It's
Yeah.
always part of like a revolving bunch of names based on his Discord. But it was really fun doing this, and we can't wait to actually bring this to you on your
And
big,
thank
small,
you for
tiny-
listening to us if you're still around.
honestly. Yeah. Thank you so much, and we hope you have a lovely evening. See you soon.
Go
Bye-bye.
suck a dick. Fuck off.
Why would you say that?
Why not?
All right. Bye bye.